Doing the Monk's Guide, finally. I was hoping to get a little bit more gear on this character before doing it, because its gear is really bad. But this late in the expansion, it's just not going to happen. Uh, Alright, stat proters and the Monk, there's a good many different debates on which better, which one to go with. You've got one that's for the Brewmaster's agility over versatility till 10%, then haste is equal to critical equal to mastery. You've got another one that's mastery over agility, then stamina, versatility, crit, and then other, which is the one I'm going for, is the haste until 30%. Critical is equal to mastery, agility, versatility. And now for talents, Eye of the Tiger, which is going to give you some healing, which the Monk tank does need a little bit more healing, in my opinion, than the other tanks. So definitely a go-to talent, because it's going to give you an additional heal on yourself. Tiger's Lust, I like because of the utilitarian purposes of it. It can remove snares, allow you to move faster by 70% for like a speed boost. 30-second cooldown. Some can go with the Chi Torpedo, which shoots you across the screen, which to me just can be out of control sometimes. So not a favorite, especially in raids. Celerity is linked to your roll, so I'd rather just have the roll be an extra movement and have Tiger's Lust. So I actually have 2 speed boosts rather than having celerity tied to my roll. Alright, so Black Ox Brew is better overall than the other ones, I would say, right now, because of what it does. It refills your energy and Iron Skin brews and Purifying Brew charges. So basically it's doing 3 things. You're getting all your energy back, you're getting your brew both filled up, which those do share charges, so you filled one, it fills both. And I'll discuss that later. Summon Black Ox Statue and Leg Sweep, I think, are the better ones in this tier. Situational, depending on the fight. If you got a fight where there's a lot of ads that keep spawning, probably like Assault, stuff like that, then the Black Ox Statue would be better. Leg Sweep is good for knocking all targets down in front of you, so I use that one more personally. But if you have ad control or fights with ads, definitely use the Black Ox. You can actually taunt on the Black Ox, and it will taunt all the targets near it to you. Now, it itself generates threats, so it helps keep ads off of your healers until you can pick them up better as well. And the next tier, Healing Elixir, I think is a lot better than Diffuse Magic and Dampen Harm, just because of the way they work now. The Healing Elixir is going to give you a really big self-heal, and it can also benefit from the Celestial Fortune. You have a chance equal to your critical strike chance to be healed for an additional 65% of the amount healed. So that can be a pretty decent heal, since that one heals you for 15% of your maximum health, which you can pop other cooldowns and increase that. Like if you pop your Fortifying Brew, it increases your maximum health by 20%, so that would actually make that heal more, but you'd be actually wasting 2 big cooldowns at one time. But depending on the situation, you may want a bigger boost of health, so just be careful blowing 2 cooldowns at one time. In this tier, these 2 lose out to Special Delivery, because it gives you a passive extra Cake Smash free. Every time you drink or use a Purifying Brew, there's a 30% chance that happens, which you're popping those brews pretty often, so that's going to be constantly giving you the chance to get that free attack out. And it reduces the movement speeds of any ad hit by that free keg thrown out. So just overall, it seems to be the better one to pick in that. Now, the next ones, it depends on like situation. If you feel like you're taking tons of extra damage, you may want Elusive Dance. Overall, though, Blackout Combo and High Tolerance can win out. Blackout Combo is the better one because of what it does. Your Tiger's Palm will now do 200% additional damage, which is the ones you're mainly looking at, and your Keg Smash reduces the remaining cooldown of your brews by 2 additional seconds. So that winds up being overall of more benefit than the other 2. But since I have got really bad gear, and as you can see on this character down here, really low haste, I'm right now going with a high tolerance for that haste because I'm well beneath the 30% haste. And also, now, about the brews. These are going to be used, and then there's the Talon Black Ox Brew. Now, the way they work is stagger. Now, stagger is not like the other tanks where you block your shield and it just negates that damage. On a monk, your damage with stagger is turned into a dot on you. So the damage is not negated, it's not absorbed, just shrugged off like some of the other tanks. You are going to take that damage. So if you get hit for 100,000 points of damage, the first 35% of that actually hits you. The other rest of that damage becomes a dot on your character, and over 10 seconds or so is going to come off your character's health. So when you're staggering the damage, you're not really mitigating it as far as getting rid of it. It's still coming, it's just slowed down and ticking away, and your healers have time to heal you and keep you up, hopefully. Now, you say you got other abilities which actually increase the amounts of staggers you can pop. So your Iron Scan Brew gives you 40% additional damage you can stagger. So instead of having 100,000 points of damage, say, ticking away on you, you'll have 140,000 damage ticking away on you. Now, that damage is not negated. It's actually going to take off your health in 10 seconds. So you're like, well, how do I get rid of that? Now, that's where your Purifying Brew comes in. It will clear 50% of the damage delayed with stagger. Now, the way that is like if you've got 100,000 points of damage ticking away on you, you pop your Purifying Brew, you now only have 50,000 damage. It's going to hit your character. And so because of the way it works, 50% of a big number is a big number still. Let it tick a little bit away. So if you've got 100,000 points of damage on you, ticking away, say let it tick down to 75%. Then use your Purifying Brew. If you popped it at 100,000 points of damage, you'd still take 50,000 points of damage. If you let it tick down to 75,000, pop your Purifying Brew, you only want to take in 35,000 points of damage as opposed to 50,000. So keep that in mind about how to use your Purifying Brew. Let it tick some, a little bit, and pop it. Now, you can use these in conjunction, but they do share a stack. So you've got 3 initial stacks of the brew. So on pull, you can pop 2 Iron Skin Brews because they actually add their duration. It gives you 6 seconds. You can absorb 40% additional damage. If you actually pop 2 in a row, the duration becomes 12 seconds. If you wasted all 3 of them, of course, it's going to add an additional 6 seconds, but then you wouldn't be able to use your Purifying Brew as soon. So generally on pull, pop 2 of them, save a Purifying Brew, have on cooldown. Now, if you went with a combo talent, blackout combo, your Cake Smash reduces the remaining cooldown of your brews by an additional 2 seconds. Right now, your Cake Smash reduces duration by 4 seconds. So that'd be actually 6 seconds if you did it after the blackout hit. So that'd be your priority. Blackout Strike followed by Cake Smash. If Cake Smash is on cooldown, then you'd use your Tiger's Palm. That's going to give you the 200% additional damage on the Tiger's Palm after a blackout strike. Now, the Tiger's Palm also gives you the effect of a little healing buff. So you want to maintain that buff on your character. You can get a tracker program like Tell Me When and such to track that. Now, when you use Tiger's Palm, it takes 25 energy, so you want to use it around, if you've got over 60-something, 65 energy, then you want to use your Tiger's Palm, which is plenty enough to actually wind up keeping energy up, the buff for healing on your Alright, sorry. As I was saying, your Tiger's Palm is going to give you the Eye of the Tiger healing buff on you, which will be calling extra damage and healing you. So keep that in mind. Now, as I was saying, for the cooldowns for healing, you've got your Expel Harm. As you take damage, the monk generates these little green orbs on the ground, as previously. Except instead of just running over them all the time, you can now pop your Expel Harm, and that, based on the orbs on the ground, will heal you. And then if you've also got your Healing Elixir, which will heal you for 20% or 15% of your maximum health. Now, we're going to try this on the fight on the dummy, kind of show how it goes together. You can see the stagger, how it works. Now, this monk is really badly geared, so I imagine this dummy is going to still knock it into the ground. But we can try.
Crap.
And basically, that's how you're going to keep it going. You're going to keep your tiger's palm going to keep your healing buff on you. Maintain your health by using your expel harm and your healing elixir. Your cooldowns will be reset on your brews based on you using your keg smash and your tiger's palm. And basically, that's the tanking guide on the monk. Hopefully it can help. Hopefully it explains how the little stagger works a little bit. I know I babbled a lot in this video because I was really nervous because she's undergeared. Badly undergeared. But hopefully that helps, and enjoy the video.